Little Miss Recap contains adult language. Little Miss Recap is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi everyone, welcome to Little Miss Recap. My name's Amy.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning, Amy. Look how sunny it is here.
Here's the
I am bathed in light.
This is Northeast Pennsylvania, or just Pennsylvania
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be low teens, high of like 30 today.
Okay.
Same tomorrow, same Sunday, and then 60 for the rest of the week.
Yeah. I'm telling you, every year I either have a winter birthday or a spring birthday. I've had ice storms. I've had 70-degree days. It just, you don't know what's going to
Well,
happen in the
thank you
middle
for
of March.
bringing the warmth.
I seem to be bringing the spring version this year. We'll see what happens.
Speaking of bringing it, did Todd appreciate his Florian cameo that I gave him?
He appreciated your Florio cameo. He was perplexed by the actual Florian cameo, but so was I.
Oh my God, that
But I
was
didn't
so wild.
expect a lot. Let me put it this way. I didn't expect a lot and I got less.
Guys, if you don't know, Amanda got her husband Todd 2 Florio cameos for this.
Florios.
2 Florios, if you will.
Hey, 2 Florians is a Florio.
A Florian cameo from the actual person himself, and then one from me.
Right.
I wrote to you last night and I said, I don't think I've ever seen anyone put less effort into a cameo than Florian. That includes Janelle.
Janelle does the least.
Yes.
Guys, he couldn't even be like fussed to basically sit up.
Mm-mm.
He was kind of lounging.
Mm-mm. Wait, what was the line that I loved that he said? Hold on.
Oh no.
Remember I told you, my favorite part is, I wish you were here to celebration together. You wish Todd and Amanda were there. Okay. And then he kept going, I love you, Todd. What?
Excuse me while I pack up to go to Miami because Florian wants to hang out with us. I am pretty sure if you could design the 2 people Florian would want to hang out with least, it would be Todd and me. No, the only people he'd want to hang out with less would be you and me. Except we would just giggle at him the whole time, which he might enjoy.
I just, this guy, he kept going, I love you. And then he's like, at least in mine, I talked about Toby and Leo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he didn't know about Toby and
ridiculous.
Leo. I didn't call them out as things you should say that you love about us.
Anyway, I hope Todd had a lovely birthday.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. So I was going to tell you, so I've been using our new product, I always want to say meaningless beauty. That's not right. It's meaningful beauty.
Meaningful beauty.
Meaningful beauty. And I'm really enjoying the products. My skin feels really nice.
It too. Not an ad, but it is an ad.
It is an ad, but not an ad. I even use the little wand thing.
Tell me how it is.
It's nice. So Todd read me the instructions as I placed it upon my face and did the things. This was the other night. Anyway, what I have discovered though is that it hydrates my face so much in the evening that we're about to approach old ladies and their corns portion, a la Mary Payne, Naren. I use mouth tape to sleep. And it hydrates my face so much that my mouth tape keeps slipping off in my sleep.
Okay. We need
you have questions.
I have a lot of questions about the mouth tape.
Yes, go on.
Because we've seen this before, and I'm scared about it. How do you breathe through it?
It's so the type I have found that I enjoy is it's like a little X.
Okay.
And so like it just X's at the top and the bottom. So like the sides of your mouth are totally open.
No, not happening.
So because I do sometimes wake up in the middle of the night thirsty, I can stick the straw of my drink right in there. Drink as much as I want. The
Gen Xer me will not allow me to go to sleep with my mouth taped shut.
Okay, well, that's between you and your God. I'm enjoying it because I'm sleeping better because I'm not waking up with dry mouth.
I'm sleeping well.
I'm a mouth
lately.
breather.
Okay, let's go to another old lady thing.
Let's talk about our sleep.
I've been sleeping well because I think it's because my doctor put me on progesterone.
Oh, I bet it
Mhm.
is.
Yep, I'm
I
sleeping
bet it
like a
is.
baby lately. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, interesting
Yep.
because, uh, right after we get back from podcast movement, the week after, I
Mhm.
meet with my new gynecologist who specializes in
Yes.
the menopause.
Yes, that's what this
I
woman
am
does.
quite looking forward to having a whole conversation about, should I be doing something about the hormones? The hot flashes are annoying, but I can live through that. That's the
Mhm.
least of my worries.
Mhm.
It's the brain fog, it's the sleep,
Mhm.
and it's
Mhm.
the anxiety.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
anxiety is killing me.
I'm anxiety free still.
Whoa,
I know. I don't know. I think it's the Manjaro, going off the Manjaro, I think helped
interesting,
me. I mean, I'm
interesting.
not saying everybody gets anxiety on those type of medications, but
No,
it is a side effect, and I
yeah,
think it was I shouldn't say I have no anxiety, but I have a reasonable amount of anxiety again,
okay.
whereas I had an unreasonable amount of anxiety
Oh, yeah,
before.
I'll just be sitting here and all of a sudden, I'm like,
Yeah, your mind just
all
starts
like
racing.
my heart starts racing, my stomach
Mhm.
is doing like flip-flops, and I'm like,
Mhm.
"What am I don't even know what I'm anxious about."
Yes.
It's not even like, "Oh, I'm nervous about this meeting. I'm nervous about blah, blah, blah." It's just like, "Oh, good, now we're anxious." Okay,
Okay.
great,
Now it's another state of being.
great.
Okay.
We've moved
It
from not anxious to anxious.
it couldn't possibly be what's going on in the world.
It couldn't possibly be that the entire world is crumbling
Mm-mm.
around us. Everything is terrible. I
But,
don't know.
we're in our safe space. We're in our
We are
safe
we're in
space.
our happy place with 90 Day Fiancé. How are we feeling about season 11?
Well, just to put a bow on it,
Yeah.
ladies of a certain age, get your hormones checked.
Get your hormones checked and
Mhm.
enjoy meaningful beauty because
It'll
it
change your
is
life.
making my face very soft.
How
Yeah.
are we enjoying 90 Day Fiancé? I'm liking this season.
I
I mean,
am
we're only 4
too.
episodes in.
I mean, we could hate all of these people in 10 minutes, but I'm
I
enjoying it so far.
I love Sean and Alliya.
I do too.
I didn't realize how much I liked them until I
Yeah.
saw them again, and I was like, "Oh, they're back."
I'm very happy to see them again on our screens. I
Mhm.
really enjoy them. I think Alliya is just a precious baby angel who should be protected at
I
all
I
costs.
agree. I agree.
I'm very worried about this, and I'm worried I'm worried for 2 reasons. I'm worried for, like, we got, like, a weird Love Is Blind start to this where it's like
Yes.
something terrible happened and we don't know what it is, so
Now
I'm
we're gonna
worried
take
about
the
that.
journey to get there.
I'm
Mhm.
worried about that piece, but what I'm also worried about is, okay, they were on Love in Paradise for their first
Yes.
season. Love in Paradise is watched by significantly fewer people than the
Mhm.
Sunday OG.
Mhm.
Also on their season of Love is Blind or Love in Paradise, we had Sperm Kyle to
Correct.
distract and grab everyone's negative
So
feelings.
you're worried that Aaliyah's gonna get hate.
I'm worried that Sean and Aliyah are gonna get a lot of hate, and I'm gonna have to go protect her sweet baby angel heart.
So let's speak to that. Here's the thing that I think. Very similar to Love is Blind, which the
Mhm.
weddings are out by now. Everybody should have heard Becca and I talk about it. It's a very political episode.
Okay,
We
good.
had to talk about it
Don't spoil
because
it for me,
I
but I
won't.
have a
I
sense
won't.
of what's gonna happen.
But we had to talk about it because
Mhm.
politic this is what is going to start to happen. We are going to see trans people on our screens in reality television because trans people exist in the world and they should be able to.
Right, and they have
So,
for millennia. It's not like a new
right.
fad. We're
Right.
just now able to come out of the shadows as well you should, because there's no reason to live in a shadow if you're a trans person.
Right. So people need to get fucking used to this and they
I
just
know.
need to put their hatred aside,
Yeah,
their
their
prejudices aside.
fear, whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Be
maybe. See, I'm hoping for the opposite. I'm hoping that somebody who maybe doesn't have a trans person in their life
Mhm. Like that
watches this and is like, "Okay."
Yeah. So, like, when that woman mentioned seeing Shane and Mert on, UK, Shane
Mhm.
being a, trans person, Mert being
Mhm.
a gay man. When they saw Gabe go to Colombia,
Yes.
to be with Isabel. Now, their relationship didn't work out, but that's not because 'cause they're trans, it's because I think he was kind of a flake. That's a whole different
Yeah.
that's different. Like, you could watch Aaliyah and be like, "I don't like her because I don't know, I don't like her wigs or whatever. I don't care what it is." But, like, don't not like her because she's trans.
What
She's just being a person.
what episode or what version of the series was Gabe on? I forget.
He was on,
Before the 90, was it?
no, he was on Toe. He was on tow because remember he was moving to Colombia. And remember seemed to have no plans, like
But
hadn't packed, didn't do anything with his business. And his sister was like, wait, you're moving to Colombia tomorrow? What? Huh? What?
And there wasn't a huge backlash against him, but I think there is a different stigma with trans women.
I do too. I'm just worried.
I'm worried as well, but I'm hoping that people will see this and be like, okay, she's great. And maybe hear her story.
Mm-hmm. Because her story is lovely.
Her story is amazing. And also, I will note, and we'll talk about more when we get to them, but Sean really has progressed in his vocabulary around this.
He has.
In my opinion.
He has. He's still a work in progress.
Yep.
But and who amongst us?
That's another thing. Like, and we talked about this during their season. What a good thing for people to see. Somebody who is of an older generation trying to, learn the vocabulary, understand this lifestyle, and
because
we're seeing him go through it.
Right, because they love this person.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Never mind. She's 25 and he's 62, but we'll get there.
Let's put that aside.
I forgot about that part. I knew that there was a huge age difference. I forgot it was over double.
It's big.
It's real big.
But let's just see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yep. Okay, so this is 90 Day Fiance, Season 11, Episode 4, Love in the Absence of Judgment.
I like that title.
I do too. What's going on here?
Love is the absence of judgment, not in.
Oh, sorry.
Is the absence.
Yeah.
But yes.
Both works.
Both work.
Yeah. Both work. I don't know why I can't speak today.
I don't know. Thank God we're not doing something that requires us speaking. We'll be fine.
We're going to start with Mahdi and Stevi, but I have to say something before we start.
Sure.
Did we clock that she's like 11 years older than him?
We didn't make a big deal of it. I've heard other people mention it, but yeah,
I didn't know it.
She's in her late 30s. She's what, 37?
37, he's 26.
26, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite the difference.
That is quite the difference.
Right.
I love this guy, Amy. I'm afraid we're going to find out he's a piece of shit at some point, but I love him.
So far, I like him.
I'm real into Mahdi. He's just so sweet and so like earnest, and
he's earnest. Yes,
he's just so sweet. Okay, so we've left our time in New Orleans, which kind of makes me sad because I would have enjoyed just a little bit more time of watching him discover Bourbon Street in the French Quarter. I would like to have seen him discover people him throwing beads at people and being, thanked for that gift in a visual way. But we're back in Mississippi, and they pull up to the house, and if we remember, Stevi has word art. She does not have Jessica level word art by any stretch of the imagination. Nobody does. Home Goods doesn't have Jessica. Home Goods doesn't have Jessica level word art. Do you think she's like getting all psyched for this season? She's like, people are gonna love us, and they'll be like, oh, I guess maybe I do have a lot of word art.
No.
Do you think she knows?
No.
Or doesn't know?
No.
Okay.
I don't think she cares. She doesn't give a fuck.
Doesn't give a fuck.
She's over there raising three boys by herself. She's
without a bedroom door.
Survive.
Yeah. In a town with 6 restaurants, one of which is closed.
The word art is like actual ways that she has to cheer herself up. She puts them around the house to remember to keep going.
Right. So there's a sign on Stevie's door that says hi, and he would like to change it to a sign that says go away.
I'm here for that.
Or get out. And I'm like, okay, I like your attitude, Mahdi. I'm feeling your energy. She knows he is not going to be into Hattiesburg, but she's hoping someday over time it will become home. This house is full of a lot of stuff. Not a lot of word art, but a lot of stuff. It's a tiny little house. It's lovely, but it's small, and she's got a lot of shit in it. She also has a lot of naked lady pictures that she has painted.
Do I need to get a piece of art from her?
Yes.
It's sort of my thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Because I actually kind of enjoy her art.
I like it too.
Yeah, I'm here for it. His mind is blown by all of this. By all the boobs. He's like, if I saw this many boobs in Iran, I would be arrested. If I saw any boobs in Iran, I would be arrested. I don't know what to do with it.
Could you imagine? I know this sounds Pollyannish and naive.
Oh, God.
Okay. Could you imagine living in a country where you're not allowed to have a picture of a girl?
No.
Jesus.
There's so much I can't imagine about living in Iran.
Wow.
I can't imagine living under that level of government control.
Yeah.
I can't imagine living under that level of government control double times for me because I'm a woman. Like,
crazy.
I'm enjoying just watching him discover a whole new world.
Me too.
This is lovely. And these two are super cute together.
They really are, and
They're
she's
really
real into him.
She's real into him. He's real into her.
Mhm.
They're super cute. So it's his first morning, and now that upon the light of day, he is seeing exactly what is all in this house, and he is he's struggling a little bit. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
it's a lot.
Also, cats. He's real freaked out about cats.
Yeah, and he says, like, "My mother told me they were dirty, and that's how you got diseases." So, like, he's been conditioned.
Yeah, I don't think it's a
Mhm.
character flaw. I just think it's so
I'm just
interesting.
afraid people are gonna come for him on
I
this.
know, I know. I don't think I think he will learn to love this cat
Yes,
eventually.
me too.
Todd was not a cat person, and just yesterday was sending me photos of Toby cuddled in his arms. So
Timmy was not a baby person, and here we are.
and here we are. He's
Mhm.
got two 18-year-old girls.
Yeah.
So it will get worked out. I think over time she will explain to him that like indoor cats are safe, they are healthy, they are
Mhm.
clean.
Mhm.
He may not help with the litter box, but she'll be okay. Uh Also, this man, I didn't quite notice it until he was talking about the cat. He is jacked.
Yeah, and he's tall.
He's tall and he's got a lot of
Mhm.
arms
He's
happening.
real cute.
He's real cute. But he's starting to freak out a little bit. America's just everything that's blowing his mind. And Stevie, so she decides to take him on a tour of Hattiesburg.
Mhm.
Hattiesburg seems to have more going on for it than wherever
Torrington?
they are in Wyoming.
Torrington.
Torrington. I wanted to say
Mhm.
Lovell, but no, that's
Mhm.
Cody Brown.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
there. Torrington, Wyoming. But Hattiesburg has a college in it.
Yes.
Southern Mississippi. A friend of mine used to work there. A backdoor friend used to work there.
Oh,
She's one of
okay.
our backdoor friends, and she lived and worked there. So, she now she's giving him a little tour of the town, and like she's like, "There's the the farmers market'll be, and we'll do this, that, and the other thing." And he's just like, "Okay, okay." He's just taking it all in. Now she admits, oh, they're going to go meet her dad that day, and by the way, he didn't know till like 3 days ago
Yeah.
that Mahdi existed, that she was marrying him, that he was showing up the next day,
Yeah, and he's kinda like,
all
"What
of
the
it.
fuck?"
He is pissed.
Yeah, he's not happy.
He's like, "You had a year." And she's like, "Well, I didn't want him to tell me you couldn't come." Like,
Mm.
I'm going to say you're a grown ass woman. You can do what you want. For those of you who are now chuckling, having just listened to our entire episode of Real Talk, I understand the hypocrisy of everything I just said, but that's fine.
Real talk on your $15 level. Did you see what I named it?
Yes.
Kid the parent you have.
Kid the parent you have. I like it. So yeah, I realize the hypocrisy of everything I'm saying right now. So anyway, Mahdi is real upset. He does not want to be put in this position. He's like, I'm already like, this guy's already not going to like me because you
Mhm.
lied about me.
Yeah.
And that's not going to be good. And he wants to be accepted. And he's very worried about all of the misconceptions that Americans will have about Iranians. And so
I get it.
I think he's doing a little bit of what Michelle Obama talked about a lot of being like, I'm the first, Black first lady. I have to be perfect. I think he's going to
Mhm.
walk around going, I'm the first Iranian most people will ever meet.
Yeah.
I need to be perfect too.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I think it's a lot of pressure for him. So
Mhm.
that's where we leave them.
We'll see.
We'll see.
TBD.
I hope her dad's not a dick bag.
Let's go to Jessica and Juan.
Juan in Torrington
Torrington, Wyoming.
with so much word art.
So the boys are gone and they bang it out
Yep. Finally.
in the morning. Thank God.
Mhm.
Thank God that nursery school bus came and they threw the kids on there.
She's 100% pregnant, Amy.
I'm telling you, she's pregnant. This is the secret.
It's not as obvious like in the morning when she's like making him eggs and stuff and
Mhm.
jumps into bed to bang with her jeans still on. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay,
Well,
girl.
as you do.
As you do. But in their hero shots when they're like dancing in the middle of the street, she's 100% pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't notice if she had a drink in her hand at the bar.
I didn't notice that either. And I
Okay.
realized after I stopped watching that I should have.
Could
And
have. Yeah.
I didn't care that much to go back. But
Well, they're going to go check out the town.
Mhm.
And the town
Real
is
quick.
small, as expected. There's only 6 restaurants. I mean,
Right.
this is the life I live.
Mm.
I mean, we're 25 minutes from Scranton.
Right. You've got a lot closer,
Yeah.
bigger options than she does.
But Juan is used to getting off the cruise ship and having a ton of options.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why? Okay.
I know. Why are they living here? Why aren't they moving? Blah, blah,
I
blah.
know.
Because
She
they
has
can't.
the kid, though, with the father. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does a hilarious commercial for Torrington. Like, come and eat with the cows. Ha ha ha.
I kind of like Juan, I think.
We have I may have talked about this before, but we have a dairy farm that butts up to our property. And when you go to that dairy farm and you're
Mhm.
eating the delicious ice cream, it's Manning's. When
Oh,
you're
okay.
eating the delicious ice cream, uh, the cow shit is just wafting
Oh,
the
yeah.
smell
I've
through
been to
the air.
many a
Yeah.
dairy
Yep.
like that. Yeah.
Yep. Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words. So she is trying to equate this small town with the cruise ship. The argument she's making is the cruise ship only has, maybe 4,000 people on it, and so does Torrington, so everything's fine.
Mhm.
And he's like, no, it's not the same. And he
It's
tells
not
the
the same.
camera, I don't want her saying this and doing this. She needs to be honest about my feelings
Uh-huh.
and help me work through them. And he's making a very good point.
Yeah. Yeah. She's just trying to be like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You're going to be happy.
She's trying to, it's fine it. And I get that.
She's terrified he's going to be miserable and leave.
I know, but they need to have the honest
Yeah,
conversation.
they do. They do, because what's going to happen is if they don't have the honest conversation, he's going to be miserable and leave versus her helping him work through it.
Mm-hmm. So, for those of you who may not be aware of my journey that I'm taking privately, I am recording a bunch of Temptation Islands to be released on Mary Payne's Patreon. I think
It's at the $10 tier.
Yeah, I think it's this week, maybe next week. I can't remember.
It's March 10th.
Anyway,
why do I know all this and you don't?
We have been recording it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I have really been struggling with what I call the massacre of the English language. That is happening over there with those 20-year-olds. Okay.
No.
We get a little bit of it from Jessica.
Do we have on purpose?
We don't have, no, we have.
Or on accident?
We don't have on accident. We have, Jessica says her friends are questionative.
I'm sorry, what? I missed.
Questionative. Yes, Jessica's nervous. They're going out to eat. They're going to a bar.
Right.
It's like a little dive bar, and they're getting all excited.
It's
And
not a dive bar. It's a sports bar.
Juan's dressed like a waiter, but anyway.
Whatever.
And they're going there, and she's like, yeah, my friends are questionative. Nope.
Nope.
Inquisitive would be the word you're looking for.
Right. Or they'll have a lot of
annoying,
or they'll have a lot of questions, but
Yeah.
questionative, not a word.
Specifically Megin with an I.
Megin with an I.
She is real, I don't know, invested in this, as we will see.
We've got Megin with an I back. We've got Amanda with 2 M's back. We've got all of the poorly named people or poorly spelled named people.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm going to come for the Amanda with 2 M's. I can come for that.
As an Amy with an E that I added myself, I'll just sit over here and be quiet.
Right. Yeah, you do that.
So Juan is like, this is not going to be good. Megin hates me. She questions me all the time. It's not good.
Megin looks like somebody.
Oh, we'll have to get Becca on it. She's good like
Becca's
that.
good. She looks like somebody, and I can't figure out who.
Okay.
Okay.
They have him eat some deep fried bull testicles, which they call Rocky Mountain oysters. Have you ever had?
No.
No. Now the friends, led by Megin, corner Juan. And they're asking him, what the fuck happened with that girl? What happened with that girl last year? We need to know. He says, this is my private life. Good answer. He's in his little Carhartt jacket, professionals outside. And I swear Timmy has the same jacket. And he says, Jessica and I have sorted this out. We've put it behind us. Megin says, I want you to show me how much you love her. And Juan goes, I am living in fucking Torrington, Wyoming.
Do you know what my life was? And now what it is?
Cruise. I'm not in the Bahamas right now. How about that?
I'm not in the beautiful waters of Colombia. I am surrounded by so much word art, Megin. You don't even understand.
This woman needs to take a seat. Several seats.
Megin needs to just calm down.
So Megin continues to press, and then he admits, I messed up. Now, keep in mind, Jessica's right there next to him.
Why doesn't
she doesn't seem to have a problem with this?
She should have just said, Megin, stop. Yeah. Stop. We're fine.
Did you sleep with that girl? And Juan goes, I did.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's where we end them. Now, we do see in the previews that Megin is crying, full on crying about this. Okay. All right. Now we're going to scoot over to Greg and Joan.
This is why you never tell your friends, or you pick 1 or 2 friends that you tell these things to, but you don't pick the Megans. You don't pick the grudge holders.
You have a friend that you could tell me this and it would be in a vault.
Yeah. You have the grudge. You can't tell the grudge holders bad things.
No.
Good
point. You ready to go to Greg and Joan?
Oh God, Amy. Get her out of here. Get her
This
out of
guy
here.
does nothing in this house.
This guy is he seems nice enough. I'm sorry he's a loser. He's terrible.
Mary Payne and I had a conversation about I brought it up and she didn't understand the term. Have you ever heard the term build a man? I just heard it on a reality show and that's how I learned about it.
No, but I know exactly what you mean by it.
I'm not in the business of building a man.
Yeah.
Joan does not have to build this man.
No, go
Just
home,
go away.
girl. Go
So
home.
they're
You can do
waking
so much
up
better
and
than this.
mom's outside weed whacking, and I wrote maybe she's doing Mary Brown's hair.
I don't like the mother. I don't like any of this for Joan. We need to go up to Islip right now and just rescue her if she's still in the country.
So he goes down to make breakfast and breaks it to mom that Joan is a shower queen. Dun dun dun.
Amy, that bitch likes to take a shower. The
Let me tell you
horror of it.
something. I understand this on a septic system. I really do.
I know.
This makes total sense to me. So mom says, look, when you have your own house, you will have to worry about these things like a water bill and whatever.
This man is in his mid-30s and doesn't understand a water bill.
This man is a child. And I don't care how nice he is. He needs to take 5 years living by himself and grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then he can have a girlfriend.
I was better prepared to move out of my mother's home at 23.
My kids are better prepared to move out at 18.
Yeah.
I swear to God, my kids take care of their rooms. They clean. They do this. They do that. I haven't woken my kids up for school in probably 3 years.
Yeah. Occasionally we have to wake our kid up for school. And that's only because he stayed up too late because he gets,
well, I mean,
he's a teenager.
Yeah. And the PlayStation's not going to play itself. I mean,
those Discord channels are not going to be manned 24/7 by nobody. He's got to be on that. I don't know what the fuck he does in there all day. And I don't want to know.
Mom tells the camera, Greg does not pay rent here. Now, I want to talk to you about the concept of children paying rent at their homes.
Okay.
I kind of am against children paying rent at homes. I feel like this is your home. You should be able to come to your home. However, you should be chipping in other ways. Why don't you pay the water bill if your girlfriend likes to shower so much? Why don't you buy all the groceries? Why don't you cut the fucking grass?
Lawn? Yeah. Why don't you clean up after yourself?
Yes.
Why don't you do your own fucking laundry because you're a grown ass person?
And it's hard for me to look at this through the lens of I'm coming at that with having two 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
Would I ever charge them rent? No. If they were 30 and doing nothing and living here, yeah, I might say, can you chip in on the mortgage that I pay to live here?
So when I got out of college, my mother did charge me rent.
Okay.
I lived at home for 8 months, $200 a month. Wasn't much.
Yeah, that's not much.
When I moved out, she handed me that money.
Yeah. Yep. That's a common thing.
Yeah. To have that money so that I could, buy rugs for my new apartment. Like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't know she was going to do that.
Right.
I thought she was just paying rent. Yeah. Or I was just paying rent. Yeah.
This whole situation, I wrote this. So at one point, Greg says if he moves out, he'll miss his mom. That would be all I would need to hear.
Yeah.
This guy's not trying to move out. He doesn't want to move out.
No.
I wrote this adult man does nothing in this house.
I have to tell you, I mean, I wouldn't want to live that way, period. Because I have a little bit of the hyper independence we've talked about. So I wouldn't want to live this way. But he's got a sweet deal. His mother is not making it such that he needs to move out. She's making it very easy for him to stay.
The mother's complicit in this.
The mother created this and she's keeping it going.
She needs to cut the shit here. So they eat on the deck. They're eating the breakfast that he made. And Joan comes down and they're all together. They're chatting. And mom brings up the showers.
Yeah.
Mom tells Joan, you can't take 3 showers a day here. And Joan explains, back home, it was hot all the time.
Yeah.
We didn't have air conditioning. And so I would take 3 showers a day. I needed to.
Right. I think Joan will realize she probably doesn't feel like she needs to take 3 showers every day.
Right.
And it could very well have been, I'm not saying I would have acted any different. She flew from Africa, got off the plane, was like, God, I really want to take a shower. I get that. That's the first thing I want to do when I take a really long flight is take a shower.
Yes.
And then maybe she woke up and she was like, oh, in the morning, the first thing I do is I take my shower. Let's give her a couple days to sink into living in air conditioning.
Yeah, yeah.
and living in a place that's
I m
not as hot and
I
see
mean,
how she
Uganda's
feels.
hot.
I mean, when I was in New Orleans in the summer, we joked it was a 3 shower a day situation
Yeah, yeah, and if
'cause
those
it's hot.
showers are short, who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
So
But this bitch is like, "I saw my electric bill go up today." No, you didn't.
I
Shut
know,
up.
I know, I know.
I don't like these people.
So
I like Joan.
Joan and mom talk a little bit about how Joan could help out around the house. Why don't you have that conversation with your son?
Right. How about you treat Joan like the guest that she is for, I don't know, 24 fucking hours?
So Amanda, I didn't realize I'd be so enraged about this, but I
I'm
am.
I'm angry.
Mhm. Did you catch this part? Mom tells Joan she can help out by keeping Greg's room clean.
Yes.
Fuck right off, Greg.
Fuck off, Greg. You clean your own
Oh,
goddamn room.
God. So later they go to an American grocery store for the first time.
Oh, did you notice though he had to also make a point to say that they did not have sex?
Yeah, whatever. And she
Gross.
sums it up. Listen, PSA for any men listening, which I think there might be two.
Hi, Timmy.
A woman will not have sex with you if you are a man child.
Right.
I'm just going to put that out there.
I think that Joan's lady boner is deflating by the
Yeah,
second.
there's nothing attractive about this.
No.
So they go to the grocery store, and Joan sums up capitalism by saying the more beautiful it looks, the more expensive it is. Okay,
Yes.
done.
I one of the things I do when I go to foreign countries, which I don't do all that often, but I have done, I love going to foreign country grocery stores,
Mm.
and I love seeing non-Americans come to American grocery stores. Like,
This actually
it
looked like a cooperative type grocery store, didn't it? Like it had, I shouldn't say that, but it had the feel of it's not a Wegmans.
no,
You walk in there and it was much
it
smaller,
was much smaller,
and they
yeah.
had much more, like they had a lot of fresh vegetables and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And it seemed to be, I don't know, it felt different to me.
Okay. It definitely was not a Wegmans, that's for sure.
Right.
Wegmans have a very specific look,
Yeah.
and this was not a Wegmans, though it could be because there are Wegmans all over New York. But, um, I I love watching people experience grocery stores in other countries because it's always different.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always different.
And you might get lucky and see Bob Durst in a Wegmans.
You could. I mean,
Feeling a
not
hoagie.
anymore because he's dead, but,
Love it.
love it.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I texted Amy something yesterday, and I said, "Love it, Bob Durst style."
When you capitalize the love, I know
You know.
exactly what you mean.
You know.
Mhm, mhm.
Mhm.
Just like we had to figure out how to say, "Ew."
Ugh. 'Cause there's no I don't feel like we as a nation have come together on what the appropriate spelling of "ooh" is.
But I say it all the
I
time.
know we both do. Ooh.
So she cries and oh, wait, I'm sorry. In the grocery store, he breaks it to her, Amanda, that he has turned down a lucrative state job.
What the fuck is I was it you who said it or someone else who said it? May have been Kim Cray, who's like, "I swear to God, the reason he's gonna give is because it's not his fucking passion." And Q, it's
No,
not my
that
passion.
sounds like a thought that came out of Kyle's mouth.
Okay,
Probably.
whatever it is. Somebody else said it, and I was like, "Ding,
Yep.
cue the it's not my passion."
Yep. He
Yep.
says, he just wanted to hang out with her.
Oh, this is
Wow.
like Gino quitting his job.
Wow. Okay.
Except Gino, had been an automotive engineer for years and had money.
Yeah. Now I want to
Gino's an
talk
idiot, but
about.
he's an adult.
I want to talk about this next statement.
Okay.
She cries and says she needs to feel secure, and he says, "I will do whatever it takes to put food on the table."
No, you won't.
We have no evidence of this. Listen, my husband is unemployed right now, looking
Yes.
for a job, and he has said to me, I will work to put money on, or I'll make money. You know
Right.
that.
Right.
I have 20 years of evidence to support that fact.
Right. And
Joan has none.
He's in a space right now where he's trying to figure out what he wants to do next,
Sure.
and you're able
Yes.
to give him that space.
Yes.
But if tomorrow the world came crashing down, he'd hate every minute of he'd go right back to the union and do what he had to do.
100%.
We know that.
100%.
This
But
guy
I
has
have all that
nothing.
evidence to base that on.
Right. This
This
guy does nothing.
Right. She has no she is looking at where he's living.
Right.
And here's my question. He's like, "I'll do whatever it takes to put food on the table if, when I need to." Don't you need to?
Right.
You're living at your mom's
Yeah.
in your bedroom.
Right. With the exposed pipes and the calendar from
Ah, Jesus
2017.
Christ.
I hate this guy, Amy.
I do too. I'm sorry. I hate him.
The first episode, I thought, okay, this might be charming.
No.
No, I hate him. I
No.
love her.
Yes.
She needs to self-extract.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
if she needs to be extracted,
We'll
Joan,
go up
blink
there.
3 times. I'll come get you. It's not that far.
We'll go up there.
I have a silver Jetta. You can just slide right in it. No one will even notice. I've this exact same fucking car as Greg. Slide right in there. I mean, mine doesn't have a huge dent on the front panel like his does.
I can make one.
We can make
Just
one.
hit me with it. All right, let's go to our throuple, shall we?
Oh, these crazy kids, Amy. Okay, so here we are back in Tijuana, and it's almost time for them to reunite because that 45-minute drive was brutal.
That was brutal.
It's brutal. The number of people
this
that
guy
just
gives me douchebag vibes too. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it while we're on a tear
this
here.
guy gives me douchebag vibes. This woman gives me pillow princess vibes, and then there's Ani, and I don't know what to make of her yet.
Okay,
I'm not into this. I'm not into these people. I'm really deeply enjoying every meme account, every podcaster who's coming out about, oh, you're boohooing about how it's so hard to be away from your kids for so long. You live 45 minutes away.
It's like when I take a trip down to Wilkes-Barre to stop at the Duck Donuts.
Right.
You know, and I'm going to be crying about my kids.
Right. That'd be like if you came down and visited here for the night and sobbed the whole way because you'll miss your kids so much.
Nope, not going to happen now. I'll tell you that. May have happened 10 years ago. Not now. Nope.
But the street festival does look very fun. It's the Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
I'm into that. They haven't seen her in 6 whole weeks, and it's been so long. I heard someone, they're like, they could go home and do their own laundry and come back in the afternoon. Like, what are we talking
about? And Amanda,
about
how will they ever find her in this crowd?
In this crowd of, 7 people.
With a camera crew.
With a camera crew.
Following her. Look for the camera crew. Jesus Christ.
They are trying so hard to make this dramatic, and it's not. It's not at all. So we're meeting with the masks on. Matt's like, this is amazing. I'm like, okay, dude, you have a mask on. Congratulations.
Now they do I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but I want to point out they do the sister wives TM here, trademark, of telling everyone that they are a throuple.
Don't you worry. Yes. I clocked that. We'll get there. So they want her to move to the U.S. now and start the K1. They haven't even started the K1, Amy. What are they doing on this show?
I have no idea. I think Matt Sharp is trying to spice things up. Not spruce things up.
Or spruce, who knows? But
spice.
Like, these people don't belong on this show.
No, this is stupid.
No, okay. So eventually they find each other. I should have taken the lyrics, but it was some of the most ridiculous Pond 5 music I have ever heard at their reuniting. They all hug.
Well, wait a minute. Is it, we're reuniting with our girlfriend? It's the Day of the Dead. Is it like that? Because it's usually right on.
It's not quite that spot on, but it's like the love across the distance. It's so amazing. It's just like, what are you talking? Shut up.
I have a new theory. What if, what's this guy's name? Matt, right?
Yeah.
What if he's Matt Sharp Jr.? That's why he's on the show.
Then this is a Nepo hire along the lines of Matt Weiner's son, Glenn, as Matt on Mad Men. It's that bad.
Yes.
It's that bad.
Yeah, this is Matt Sharp Jr. Go on.
So they all hug and make out. Blah, blah, blah. Now we have to baby talk about how much we missed each other. I always enjoy when people baby talk. And then they walk down the street holding each other's asses. So we're good.
Yeah.
They talk to people on the street. They have to explain that they have a girlfriend, and these people do not care, but they're getting off on people noticing them, Cody Brown style. This is what they're into. Amani has to talk about how much she sobbed leaving her children 45 minutes from where they are. They live in San Diego. Like, everything's 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
What
and you probably sit in traffic for 2 hours to go 30 minits.
Right,
so you should be used to this.
Exactly. Going to Trader Joe's probably takes longer than it took them to get to Tijuana.
Yeah.
And Amani talks about leaving the kids. And this relationship is 3 times as difficult because of the distance. There's no distance. But now, when Todd and I met, we lived further apart than these motherfuckers.
Same with Timmy. Yep.
We lived further apart than these motherfuckers. We didn't have to cross a international border, so I understand it's a little more complex, but not much.
Yeah.
And so Ani wants them. So this relationship is 3 times as hard because of the distance, but now we're going to the hotel to bang, so everything will be fine.
Bang it out with Matt Sharp Jr.
I think I just snarfed a little bit. Okay.
Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words.
Ani wants to bring them to meet her family, and Amani just wants them to start living their life. Matt's like, can we just get to the fucking please? That's the only reason I'm here. He just jumped on the bed. He's like, when does the fucking begin?
Yeah, commence the fucking.
Amani's got lingerie, and this is their first serious relationship with someone else. Matt thinks finding this again would be hard, so there's a lot to lose. There's lingerie involved. Now we're going to fuck, and that's it.
Okay. All right.
These fools are making this. They're trying to make this happen, and it's not happening. They're trying to make it a thing.
I understand. We are about to meet two of the newest side characters that I'm enjoying with Mark and Mina, and that is Martini Pat and Cupcake Pat. Now, Amanda, you know, if we're going to take on
not one but two Pats.
If we're going to take on these personas, you have to be Martini Pat.
Oh, of course,
and I would be Cupcake Pat.
Of course, because you know how to decorate cakes. Well, and I like a strong drink.
Yeah. So Mark and Mina, she's still pissed the next morning. Remember, she said, "Your daughter is a snake." Da da da. Mm-hmm. She says she has lost her country, and now she finds out his whole family hates her. He's like, "No, they don't. No, they don't." He says, "Jordan just needs to get to know you, and she will love you. Let's invite some of the neighbors over and give this a try."
Okay.
And she's like, "Okay.
Let's invite all of the neighbors from our little retirement community where we live to come and have a driveway party."
By the way, BDFJ has weighed in.
Okay.
BDFJ is from this region, not necessarily this area, but BDFJ is like, this is real white. Real white up here, which we've already heard, but now we have some boots on the ground to confirm. Okay. So the neighbors, Nick and his wife, Cupcake Pat, come on over with cupcakes, and they have little flags in them.
Okay. I like the neighbors. They're trying to be super sweet.
They're great. Martini Pat is a good time.
I would hang out with both Cupcake and Martini Pat. I could be Martini Pat. I'm waiting though. However, they're going to be inviting her to Mahjong any day now, and that's really where everything's going to go south.
If Cupcake Pat shows up with cupcakes all the time, she's my new best friend.
And if I could have a martini, that looked like a good martini. There was olives in it and everything. I'm here for it.
So Mina tells the camera, I haven't met anyone under 60 yet.
Right. Or anybody who's not white.
So some queen named Martini Pat has a martini in her hand, and she's like, "You'll get used to this.
Right.
Oh, you have a stroller. I'll get my dog and my dog stroller, and we'll go walking around the neighborhood with our martinis."
And that's the first time Mina was like, "Okay, maybe I can do this. This is okay. If you're going to provide me with a martini as I have to live in this hellscape, I'm fine."
Martini Pat is like, "You'll be fine. You'll get a garden. You'll get a puppy. You'll start knitting. It's fine." I was like, I'm worried about Martini Pat. Is she okay?
Also, Martini Pat's life sounds very much like my life. Minus the dog. I'm a little concerned.
So Mina gets Cupcake and Martini Pats together. And she tells them
Martini and Cupcake.
We love our attorneys general so much. We use it all the time.
It's the problem. The martinis and cupcakes, Pat. There's only one. Well,
the Pat's Martini and Cupcake.
The Pat's Martini and Cupcake, yes.
So she tells them she needs another baby, but that bitch Jordan, the end boss, is standing in her way. And Cupcake says, "Oh yeah, well, he has to keep Jordan happy." I don't know if you know about this whole thing, but he is a people pleaser. No, I'm sorry. Martini says this part. He's a people pleaser, and it's impossible to keep everybody happy in the real world. And then she's like, "Dink," and drinks her martini. I'm like, wow.
Martini Pat just laying down some truths.
The best part of Mina, though,
me again laying down truths, drinking a martini.
The best part of this entire segment is Mina angrily speaking French in the confessional. She's like, and I'm like, what? Now I speak a little bit of French. I could say like, je ne parle pas, whatever. I could not make one word of this. I was like, what is she? Because she was in a rant and she was like, I'm like, I'm living for this.
I can pick out some of it, but again, not all of it. But yes, she is angrily speaking French in her confessionals, and I'm here for it.
It's amazing.
So,
je ne parle
je ne parle.
pas. Do you speak English?
Parlez-vous français?
Right. I do not speak English.
Je ne parle français. Je ne parle français.
Okay.
Parler is for the you.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, Amanda.
Have you ever, there's like a YouTube account, I'll have to find it, where it's basically talking about how words in German just sound angry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen this.
Yeah. So it's like,
and it's absolutely accurate.
Ambulance, Krankenwagen. It's just going on.
Yes.
You know, papillon, what a butterfly. Schmetterling.
Well, Mina's
now
rattling off this French.
Like, it sounds like that.
I expect her to like get a twirly mustache and a cigarette and just be like, love it.
Fuck these bitches.
Love it.
I'm here for it.
So I didn't need to see Mark shirtless in bed, but here we are.
I know. I was like, we had a shirt on in the hot tub, but now we have to see him shirtless in bed? Okay.
It's the next morning, Amanda, and they're post-bang, and they tell the camera they had real good sex last night.
I think that solved a lot of their problems.
Okay. All right. They banged it out.
He's cute with the baby, I will say.
He really is.
He's cute with the baby.
I don't hate him yet.
I feel like we are going to get to a point where we're going to have to hate him. But as of episode 4, I do not hate him. His only sin right now is he's too much of a people pleaser.
I agree. So, and he seems exhausted trying to handle all these strong personalities.
Well, that could be exhausting.
Yeah. So they're going hiking, but they're exhausted from the sex. And she says, pretty much like Nick Davis, she's just getting attacked at all times by him. And he can't stop. And they arrive to the trail, and he has the baby in one of those backpacks. It's very cute.
It is cute.
And Mina tells the camera, picnic in Paris is easy. You go to the Louvre, you go to the garden, you have a small bag, which is chic vintage. Okay.
Oh,
that's not this.
Mina, why did you leave Paris?
He broaches the topic of Jordan. And Mina says, well, maybe she's not going to come to the wedding. He's like, no, baby, she's coming to the wedding. She's my daughter. This was good, nice to see.
Yes.
That he was like, no, she's coming to our wedding.
Right.
Like, he's going to fuck this up royally, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
But so far, so good.
He's trying.
He's like, I respect both of you, and you've got to learn to put this behind you.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, Jordan doesn't know we talked about this. So here's what you need to do. Just bring it. Maybe he doesn't handle this well. Bring it up with her and say you want a baby.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
He says, my family's just worried. They feel like you're marrying me to come to the United States. And she literally does like a Jim from The Office and looks at the camera like, have you been to Paris?
Right. Did you just hear 2 minutes ago how I described picnicking in Paris?
Yeah. All right. Let's end with Sean and Alliya.
Okay. So my first point is literally, uh-oh. Uh-oh. So again, Alliya, 25 from Rio de Janeiro. Sean, 62 from Los Angeles, California. Uh-oh. It's the day after the wedding. We've never seen this, Amy.
Let's get correspondent Darcy in here. Didn't go good.
Matt Sharp is getting fancy over there.
Well, maybe he's got his son on the show now, and he's pulling out all the stuff.
Maybe Braden is on a break from Puddle Monkey and came on over here. And Sean is asking Alliya what she was thinking, and she says she understands, but she was frozen inside and felt lost, and she didn't know what was happening. And she says she's here and she should be happy, but she isn't. And she thought all of this would be different.
Okay.
3 months beforehand. We're back in Rio. I really want to go to Brazil. Todd really wants to go back to Brazil. He wants to take me to Brazil. Let's go to Brazil. And we see Alliya. She's trying on wedding dresses. She looks beautiful. Remember, she's 25.
25.
And also, let's remember, these guys have been together since 2020.
Yeah, they've been together a long time.
Yeah. So let's, that's a little Fernanda and Jonathan math there. And I don't think we want to look too hard at.
Yeah.
And so she's trying on her wedding dresses. She says, growing up, she knew she was not in the right body, even as a little kid. And now she's a trans woman and she's very happy. And Alliya is with a friend and with the wedding dress. And she's like, oh, we have to have the fake staged conversation where she announces that she's moving to Hollywood and the friend's like, what? Even though we have a camera crew here, we've all signed releases. We know why we're here. It's fine. And now we get back to Sean. Sean again, 62. He, of course, lives in West Hollywood.
Yeah.
He lives in a 1927 home.
This is amazing.
Fucking gorgeous, Amy.
Like Amanda and I were saying, Sean is fucking rich.
Sean has got a shit ton of money.
He's got old gay man money, and he is rich.
He lives in a gorgeous home. He gives us a slight tour of the home, which I would have liked. I would have liked the tour of this house, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous style, where we go through everything that's in his house, because he's a collector. He's got cool old Hollywood shit. He's got a cute dog that I need to steal.
It's so much nicer than the throuple's house.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
It has character.
It has character. It's amazing.
It's beautiful. And he says he started doing hair and makeup in 1996, and he's done it all. Like, I'd forgotten he was like Scream.
He was on Ugly Betty,
Housewives,
right?
Ugly Betty. Like, he did hair for the Oscars and the Emmy. Like,
let's get him over to Mary Brown. She's in desperate need.
Oh yeah. Well, she might be too far gone, but he is.
Get him over here with my 3 wisps of hair.
He's the real fucking deal. He's the real deal. And he's got all this memorabilia. He even has one of Barbara Streisand's dresses that he's like, my kids. And I'm like, I forgot Sean had kids. He's like, my kids, when they die, they make fun of me now, but they're going to love it when they realize, oh, this piece of shit dress that I thought was annoying was worth $1 million. So they're going to be real happy about that.
Yeah, he loves to go to the old Hollywood auctions.
I want to I think I would enjoy Sean.
I want to hang out with him.
I do. I think I would enjoy him. We may find out when we see him in his natural habitat. We may not enjoy him, but right now I still enjoy him.
Yeah.
So he says he met his wife in beauty school. The picture of the two of them. Now her face is sadly blurred. Oh, wow.
He said she had the greatest hair. And it's like my picture that I always share with me with the bangs, like 6 inches off my head.
It is teased and aquanetted, I'm sure, a much higher level of hairspray to the gods. It could have
been David Coverdale and Tawny Katane.
Yeah, it was a lot. It's a great photo. And he's like, the relationship was really good for 14 years. We had 3 kids, and then we separated and we're still friends.
Which is great.
Great. I hope we get to meet his kids. I wonder
we
if we'll
never met them. I don't think we ever met them.
We were only in Rio.
Yeah.
We were never in the US. So he says since his divorce, he identifies as a gay man. And that's how he met Douglas. They met in 2020. And just folks, we are anti-dead naming. We are talking about these people in the way that Alliya uses the name Douglas sometimes. Just so we're aware. We're just saying what these people are, the words these people are using.
Yeah.
And they met in 2020. And Sean was super into Douglas with his bubble butt and his cute twinkiness and whatever.
This made me a little uncomfortable.
It was a little much. Just the level of detail.
The age. No, the age thing.
And the level of detail that he was talking about this
Yeah.
barely post-pubescent child.
Yeah.
We're going to let that part go. So he said they traveled, once they traveled a bunch and they would go to countries where Alliya could go without having to deal with too much visa issues. The U.S. not being one of them, as we saw with the Merrifields, getting a Brazilian to the U.S. is not an easy task. And so they went to Spain and they were there during Pride. And Sean asked Alliya if she wanted to dress up in drag for the parade. And Alliya was born. Yeah. She felt at home. This was right.
Yeah.
And he says that they have applied for the K1. He says, Douglas and I applied for the K1. But there is no more Douglas.
Right. I was just going to say, he says Douglas is dead.
Douglas is dead.
And that's more progress than we heard him say on their season.
Yes. He has absolutely come some distance. I don't know if he's come all the way, but he's come some distance.
Yeah. If you guys didn't watch his season Love in Paradise, it really was about Sean learning to accept the fact that Alliya was born. And it was really, I mean, they really shared it all with the camera. Like it was interesting to see somebody. You saw him grieving the life that he thought he was going to have with Douglas and struggling with that. And also, and this is why we give him a little bit of a pass for being a good guy, because we saw how it was tearing him up to even have these feelings.
Yeah. And he just wanted to be all in. He's like, I love this person. I just want to wake up tomorrow and be all in, but I'm still processing it all.
Yeah. Yep.
And Amy, we returned to the adventure books.
Oh God.
I forgot about the adventure books.
Everybody saw the movie Up. We get it.
Sean's a scrapbooker. I've actually never seen the movie Up.
Oh, that specific adventure book comes from Up.
Does it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Regardless, he's a scrapbooker. He's making these adventure books and he wants to focus on what is and not what once was, which, okay. This sounds good. But he's still really not into this. He's like,
oh, that's another thing, Amanda. On their season, remember that was a big thing. He had the travel book or the adventure book, and it had all Douglas pictures. He took them out, and then he made it an Alliya and Sean book. That was a big thing.
That was a big thing. And he says the person that I loved died, and I have to figure this out. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So apparently now I would like everyone to know that Stevi has a cat and Mahdi has never touched. Why are these notes here?
Wow.
Okay. Oh, because I don't know how these wound up in the middle of this, but I did forget to say with Mahdi and Stevi, he's wondering if because there are all these boob pictures, if she's bisexual, and if she is, he feels catfished.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yikes. Okay, now we're back with Sean and Alliya. So the dog is adorable.
Yes.
So fucking cute.
Yes.
In his cute little backyard, but he's realizing he may
What's the dog's name? I forget.
I forget the name dog. I didn't write it down. But he has to crate train the dog, which he hadn't done. He's like, I probably should have done this from the start, but I didn't. The dog's been sleeping in my bed. Alliya's not into that. So I'm going to have to transition the dog into the crate. So that'll go great. And he's worried about the impact of her gender transition on the visa process because they applied as Douglas and Sean.
Right.
And Alliya says she's talking to a friend. I love her friends.
She has really good friends.
She's really good friends. And a really great mother, too.
Yeah.
And she isn't sure how she should show up to the visa interview. And she says, it took me so many years to be my full self. I promised myself I would never go back. So she decides to show up as Alliya. And we know it works because we know she's here. So we don't know what happened yet, but we know she's here.
Yeah.
But she's telling her friends and she starts crying. Her friend is like, don't cry. This has been her best friend since childhood. It's great. And she goes to the interview. She FaceTimes, of course, with Sean ahead of time. She looks like a fucking smoke show in this like pink suit. It's great. They're both super nervous. She says, I'll call as soon as the interview's out. And Sean's just worried about her showing up as a woman. But here we go. We'll see what happens. Obviously, we know she gets here, but I'll be curious.
Let's go back to that point with Mahdi and Stevi because we didn't talk about that.
Right.
What was your impression of him saying that?
I think he just doesn't understand.
Right, because he would have zero
context for this.
For it, yeah.
Now, she did say to him she doesn't really like men and doesn't trust men. I think some dark stuff happened in Stevi's past.
Yeah.
And I think she's very reluctant to trust men.
That doesn't mean
she's a lesbian or bisexual
or whatever.
No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I was assaulted as a teenager and didn't kiss anybody for like 7 years because I was terrified. Like it's not uncommon,
right,
to be we don't know her backstory. I have no idea if this is her backstory, but I just have a sense that like,
well, most
something
women
happened
in this country have that story.
Yeah, as the gays say, something happened on the way to heaven with that one.
Yeah,
I worry about her. She's sweet though. I think they'll be fine.
All right, next time on.
Yes.
Sarper's coming to LA.
Yes.
And she kind of has cows in her house.
I don't know why we have a baby cow here. Is this a Jenny and Sumit situation?
I have no idea.
I hope so. But it's a cute little baby cow.
Very cute. Juan says, I felt lonely. And Megin sobs about Juan cheating on Jessica, I guess.
Dude, you have your hand. If
I wrote,
lonely.
Megin cries. What the fuck? Megin cries. Not Jessica, who's right there.
Right. Who was actually cheated on.
Yeah. Right. But then Megin brings up like, well, because Jessica goes, well, I haven't been perfect either. Megan's like, oh, right. Like with your ex-boyfriend. And Juan's like, what?
Huh?
What? Huh? Say that again? Okay. Mahdi meets dad.
Quattro.
Mahdi meets dad, who's wearing a P27 or P17 sweatshirt, which I looked up. I tried to do extensive research on this.
Okay. Did we learn anything?
Either a protein bar company.
Oh, okay.
Or an off-road company.
Okay. So it's not some, it's not some.
I could not tie it to any kind of
political message or something. No. Okay.
The throuple gets in the hot tub and is it Ani or Annie? Ani. Ani's like, after you fell asleep, we banged. I banged Matt Sharp Jr. over here. And Amani's like, "Ugh."
Yeah, Amani, get used to this, girl.
Yep. Mark brokers a conversation between Mina and Jordan, and it doesn't go well. It was a good episode.
It's a good episode. I'm
Yeah.
having fun with this.
This is what it needed. It needed some fun couples.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
We
it
need
needed a little bit
we
of
need some heart, and that's Stevi and Mahdi, and probably, hopefully, Sean and Alliya.
Yeah.
We needed some stupidity, which is this throuple situation,
Mhm.
and we need people to rage against, which is Greg.
Yeah.
Greg.
I was saying on our Love is Blind coverage, like the secret sauce is 5 couples for Love is Blind. And I think we can apply to 90 Day as well.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have 2 that are real and that you root for.
Right.
And then the rest you need a dumpster fire. That's the secret sauce.
These can't all be happy people.
Fires. No.
That's not fun.
And it can't be fake.
No, it can't be fake. That's what's annoying me about Ani and Amani and Matt Sharp Jr. It feels fake, but also I'm here for it.
Well, and that's what also is
I'm here for Amani losing her mind at the fact that Matt Sharp Jr. and Ani will have their own relationship.
Well, that's what also annoys people about Last Resort is we know these couples are so fake.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm glad to see real couples, and let's get through. All right, Amanda, we said it all.
We said it all. Happy Monday, friends.
Let me tell the people what is coming up this week. So we have, let me go to my Little Miss Recap calendar. Okay. We have Last Resort tomorrow. Our Yellow Jackets coverage continues on Wednesday on the $8 tier. Nothing's happening on Thursday. Oh, because we're done with Mad Men. Now, people have come out
of the woodwork
very strong for us to continue the Mad Men.
We
rewatch.
hear you.
It will happen.
It will happen. It's just not happening in March.
Right. It may happen in April, may happen in May. I don't know, but it's coming because I'm so obsessed with it.
I know.
I need to do the full series. I'm just going to put that out there.
Okay, that's fine. I'm happy with it.
Okay. Real Talk on Friday. And then I wanted to make a correction. On Saturday, you are no. I'm sorry. Saturday, you're going to hear our coverage of Ruby Frank. But when you hear our trash bag coverage, Little Miss Trash Can, Little Miss Trash Bag, whatever the fuck we call it, with Ace and Caitlin.
Little Miss Trash Bag.
We've switched the show, and we're going to do the Murders at Fox Hollow Farms. So that will be the show that we do with them. But that's a few weeks away.
Amy started our initial thing and was like, "This is too sad.
It was broken hearts.
We only want to laugh with Ace and Caitlin. We don't want to cry with Ace and Caitlin. So we switched to something that apparently involves cults, mannequins, and sex. So I'm here for
no cults, but mannequins.
Mannequins.
Lots of mannequins.
Okay, I'm here for the mannequin.
Yeah.
And what else is happening next week, Amy? That's very important.
Your birthday.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Is it? It's. Oh yeah.
16th.
It will be next week by the time this airs. Yes.
Yep.
The 16th. I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Woo!
I don't know where I'm going.
I don't know where you're going either, but okay.
All right, guys. And one quick reminder that April 1st, we are having our BDF meetup in Chicago at the Marriott Marquis
on Prairie Avenue next to the convention center from 5 to 7. There'll be a food hall. We will be there.
Yep. And we hope to see you guys there.
Yes.
All right, Amanda. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amy.
And we'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening to Little Miss Recap. If you'd like to support the show, the best way you can do that is to join our Twin Flame universe, which is our Patreon, Supercast, and Apple subscription feeds. The links for those are in the show notes. You get ad-free episodes and a ton of bonus content. You can also subscribe to the feed so you don't miss an episode, share the show with a friend, and leave a 5-star review. To contact the show, please email me directly at amy@littlemissrecap.com or join our Facebook group Backdoor Friends. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.